Hi guys, good evening. This welcome to Matters Arising. I'm trying to get the what's it called now? The link. Hi, we're talking about this Osinachi Nwachukwu's matter. If her pastors, Pastor Paul Eneche and Becky Eneche, if they are to blame for her demise. So if you would like to call in, I'm just going to put the link in the chat. I think I can pin it. I'm coming. Let me go and pin it. So in the comment section. Um, yeah. Um, so okay. I don't think I can pin it. I'm just getting used to this live thing. Anyway, how you guys doing? Hi. If you are joining the chat, say hi in the comment section. So I've put the link if you want to call in so that we can talk about this thing, because I was just thinking about it, that who is to blame? Can we blame her pastors, Pastor Paul Eneche and Dr. Becky Eneche? Because her husband is a pastor in Dunamis, and the reports that we are getting is that a lot of people knew about it. A lot of people actually knew about what this woman was going through. Even though she was saying that she didn't want it to be an open secret, she was covering the man. She didn't want it to be something that the church leadership would know about. But it just helps me think that, is it that pastors or ministry leaders are usually not aware of what happens? And if they are even aware, what is the role of church organizations when it comes to domestic violence and domestic, now that this was what was going on? Why did they not speak when this woman was alive? So I'm just asking myself, who takes the blame? Because one thing we need to consider is that you cannot force an adult. And you guys know that when it comes to what's it called now, abuse and domestic violence area, I can't see if you guys are chatting because I'm on StreamYard. But if you are chatting, let me know, please. Let me know. So there was this lady in my area that she was she was in a very terrible situation. So she got pregnant. I think she was 6 months pregnant, and before she took in, she had come to meet me a couple of times that, oh, auntie lawyer, this is what I'm experiencing. She had a big shop. The man wrecked everything. So she was now reduced to a very terrible state. I don't want to explain too much in case somebody is watching. You can never tell who is watching your video. So let me just not explain too much or go into deep details. So I now advised her, and I said, okay, auntie, because she was way older than me. I said, okay, auntie, why don't you be saving money with me so that you can run away and go to your people, since you know that this is how this man is? My people, that's her. Before I knew it, I think a week later, she now came back to meet me that, auntie, I can't say make I go tell my husband. I was just looking at this woman in bewilderment that she won't come dey save money for man. I not just talk. I say, auntie, no worry. No worry. Make e no come be like say I wan destroy your marriage. Not just worry. As if e comot my mouth put. Then it wasn't that time she was maybe like 3 months pregnant. When she was now 6 months pregnant, this man beat that pregnancy out of that lady. I wasn't even around at the time. So by the time I came back, she had now summoned courage to leave. At that time, at this time, she now had a lot of courage. She dragged the man to Embelembe. If you know Abuja Brekete Family Human Rights Radio, I was like, very good. But at this point, I did not put my mouth again. So when people are saying that should the church be blamed, or her pastors, what is their involvement? Should they have called the husband to order? I'm in between. Let me share my own personal opinion. for an adult, there's a limit to what you can do. You can advise an adult, and if an adult says that I want to preserve my marriage, do you understand? It will not be like the people that are saying leave want to scatter their marriage. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So, hi, Mosi. Hi, welcome. Yeah, we're just starting, so, then again, we cannot also absolve the church from certain of these things. Or what I would say is that the church has to put in more seriousness and structures in place for women that are victims of domestic violence. When such things come out, or the church should create safe spaces where people can share, because I feel like in judgmental atmospheres, because the story that we keep hearing for this particular woman is that she did not want her church people to know because of the judgments that will come. And a lot of Christians are very hypocritical. It's not like their own life is better. I'm trying to temper myself because I'm really very passionate about this thing, and I don't want to become over passionate. It's not like the people that you are afraid that they are going to talk about you, it's not like they have it better in their own lives. So I feel like churches should create safe spaces where women who have these issues know that they can come out without fear of judgment, without fear that maybe Mommy Gio is going to tell me to go back, or maybe Mommy Gio is going to look at me, or Daddy Gio is going to look at me in a way that maybe I'm not spiritual enough. Because it's almost like a lot of churches or a lot of ministries kind of block their minds to the fact that these things exist. A man can be a leader in your church and be a devil at home. Even the pastor himself might even be a devil at home. It's true, because it's almost like we just feel like when people come to church, they are saints. You raise up holy hands. Everybody is in their best behavior, not knowing that by the time they are leaving that place, some of them are beating their wives. Some of them are not responsible for their children. Some of the women have to take responsibility that it should be shared between both parties. So I strongly am of the opinion that churches should create safe spaces for women. As much as we cannot blame Pastor Paul and Pastor Becky for this particular situation, but I also think that to an extent we cannot also absolve them totally, because what parameters was put in place when, obviously, you cannot tell me that they did not hear. I know that they are very busy, they have a global ministry, I know. But I said, me, I heard this thing 5 years ago, before 4 years ago. This gist that this man was treating this woman badly, me, I heard this gist 4 5 years ago. So nobody can come and tell me that they were not aware or they did not hear. So what parameters? We have lost a dear sister. The dead is dead. There's nothing we can do about it. But there are other women in such situations that are in the church, in that particular ministry, as well as other ministries. What parameters are put in place? It's not like I saw something that Pastor Funke Adejumo put up, that the covenant of life is greater than the covenant of marriage. See, I know that we're talking about Sister Osinachi, and maybe anybody that may stroll or see this video. My sister, okay, Mosi, he said, no, I'm too sure that no church pastor or mama will tell them, Mosi, don't say that. Oh, no, it's not like they will tell you to stay. They will say you should pray that God should change the person. That you've not heard some people, they'll say, oh, sister, pray. Most of them will not tell you to. No, I'm not sure that the pastors knew. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it is highly unlikely that they did not know, because this gist has been every, let me not say everywhere, but like it has been circling around Abuja, or maybe not other places, but Abuja. Because I heard this gist 4 years ago, that I heard the gist. I said it in my other video, because I can't even okay, some people were talking about her in my area. I live in the Lungu. So they were just gisting. I think the person that was gisting is a member of the choir in Dunamis. And you know that Dunamis is close to me. So they were talking about it. That's how I heard about it. So I didn't really just put they were not talking to me. You just stroll and you're hearing gist. That's when I heard this thing. So that's why I'm like, 5 years, is it possible that the leaders of this church did not know that? Because people are coming out with accounts to say that there were times that the man would be insulting the woman in public, calling her a fool, calling her stupid. People that were trying to book um for her to come and minister in their church, that the man was difficult, some he won't allow her. Another thing is, I don't understand. Is it a Igbo thing? I don't know. People should let me understand. Is it that when certain people get married, let me not use Igbo, it's not a tribalistic thing, it's an individual thing. They feel like they own the woman. That Exactly. Pastors don't support divorce. They will only say just pray. I put something on my Instagram that your pastor will never tell you to divorce. Most pastors will never do that. So if you are in such situations, I know that there are safe houses, there are organizations that deal with these issues. If you have the money, remove yourself from such situation. That's why another thing is that a lot of women are not financially buoyant. Then another thing about this case is that this man was her manager. I, if you've been listening to me on this channel, I'm always of the opinion that separate things. So be clear about certain things. What what prompted that idea that this man should be her manager? First of all, you didn't want this woman to go into singing and all these things. So who brought up the idea that maybe him being a manager will pacify him? Because I haven't watched that Frank Edwards live that he did, but I just saw it. But I wanted to come and discuss this, so I'm going to go and watch it and maybe come and, I don't even know, where he was saying the man was jealous of the woman, because a lot of people, a lot of women go through these situations where the men that they are married to, once they begin to do well, once they begin to gain visibility, is a problem. Is a big problem. Once the woman starts getting visibility, starts becoming popular, it's a big issue for a lot of men. And that's why women have to use wisdom. I was discussing one time with my husband that if me I'm abroad, I will do prenuptial. Oh. Hey, I don't play like that. Oh. No, no, no. Because some people be like, oh no, I don't play like that. I love you with the love of the Lord, but we're going to do prenuptial agreement. Maybe it's for love we're getting married. We're not marrying for my financial status or my money, because that's how me I am. I like to be pragmatic. And I think in Nigeria, we're getting to that point where women will begin to separate their finances, because this money matter, it has caused a lot of problems. Because this man now obviously saw this woman as a cash cow, because he was the one they were paying into his account. A grown-up woman, a 40-something-year-old woman, what kind of juju is that one? Because I don't understand. Or what kind of doctrine is that one? Maybe they'll say, let's, so that he will be happy. If he's not happy, let him not be happy now. I don't understand. I don't want to raise my voice too much. I don't understand. You obviously know that this. Have you guys seen the man's face? Very mean looking person like this. He has already shown this display of character. Then you now made him manager of your talent and everything. Bad enough. Did you guys see where joint account is shebi you can do joint account and go and open another account, my sister. Yeah, that one, this one, he was managing this woman. They will pay into his account. If she wants to come and minister anywhere, they will pay into the man's account. So he was practically controlling her life. There's somebody that put something that she confided in them, that the man tied her up and told their children to be flogging her. How come nobody reported this thing to their church? That's the one me I'm having, because there's no way that they would not say that the church leadership did not hear of all these things. Somebody was saying that anytime the woman is pregnant, the man will beat her to the point that she has to run away from the house. Is it that somehow gossip, the thing did not just filter to daddy and mommy in the Lord, that this is what a child in your church is going through? I'm just wondering. I'm not blaming the pastors, or me. I'm just saying that churches should create a system. Let us stop pretending that these things do not exist because they exist. Anyway, if you like to call in to talk, let's talk about this thing. Let me post the link so that you can call in and let's gist. These are just my own thoughts. First of all, um it's just so painful. Like, it is really, 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 really painful. So if you want to call in, just copy this link and go to your browser. You have to leave YouTube app, go to your browser, put it on. It will come up, and I'll just add you and let us talk, because this thing is just so painful. Like, churches can do better, pastors can do better. I'm just saying that they shouldn't just close their eyes to the fact that these things exist. A lot of people are using church to do evil. I did a video a while back where I was saying that, especially Christian sisters, because when I heard this story of this lady that she has served God all her life, that's why I'm passionate about this thing. It pains me to my bone, because I understand church dynamics and all those type of things. Christian sisters that just love the Lord and may fall into wrong hands. I've seen it over and over and over again, especially pastors, prophets, all those type of people. I've seen in that video, I shared the story of a close friend of mine. Thank God delivered that, my sister. She was dating a guy that we were in school that time. He will tell her to kneel down and greet him. That very silly. I shared that story in that this thing. They tell her to kneel down. This lady that was a babe, a correct babe, correct babe. She now became a shadow of herself, because it was like she should not do makeup, she should not do anything. You just know that this is abuse. Looking at you, look, this one, you are entering into fire, big fire, if you go with this thing. Eventually she shall left the man, and God gave her a very, very clean man, like this clean man of God, Christian man of God, without all those nonsense. So I know how some church people can be mean, especially when they have this poverty mindset. This afternoon, myself and my mom were talking. She was like, though it's better not to marry a poor person, because when you begin to do well, it is always an issue, because that poverty mentality will always be there. Then you now add poverty mentality with people that are legalistic, all those legalistic churches. Oh boy. Anyway, who is calling in? Oh, I mean, I don't want call in. Who is calling in? Let's talk about this matter, because a lot of people, I feel like they shouldn't blame Pastor Paul and his wife and all of that, but a lot of people are saying, what did the church do? Some people are blaming her friends that are just coming out now to talk. But like me, I'm saying that is two things. You cannot force an adult. It is until an adult comes to that point, that strength to come out of that situation, that the backup will now come. You can't really blame other people, because it's just like everybody wants to preserve their marriage, and nobody wants to come and say that, my marriage ended maybe because I did not have faith or something. That's how a lot of people think. But God hates divorce. He does not hate the divorcee. Let me just say, God hates divorce. He doesn't hate the divorcee. God doesn't want you to die inside a bad situation. Let people settle themselves. If somebody has a problem, you remove yourself first and save yourself, and be praying for the person from a distance. If you can help the person to get help, but from a distance. Not all this not all these ones. Is anybody going to call in? Because I think I've said my piece. I don't this thing is just so painful. I don't think I have any more thing to say. If you're calling in, your face doesn't have to show. You can cancel your, what's it called now? You can cancel the video. So I'm just going to wait. If nobody's calling in, we can call this live a day. But share with me in the comment section. What do you think? Do you think pastors are to blame? Um, yeah, before I even forget, who came up with this throat cancer thing? Because it looked like a setup to cover up the real issue. Because her friends, her close friends, are saying that 5 days ago the man hit her on the chest, and she has been on life support since that time before she now gave up the ghost. So who thought that? Coming up with that idea of saying that it was throat cancer, where did they conceive that demonic thoughts or that evil genius thinking? Because to me, like when people saw it, we're like, somebody that has been singing, how come? I know people are mean, no. People are very mean. Thinking about this thing now, I'm just thinking about a documentary I watched on Netflix about Britney Spears and how her father put her in a conservatorship, um, where he had access to all her money and everything. Like really mean. People can be very mean. So I'm just thinking, who were the people that came up with that thing? Because it obviously shows that the people around her did not really love her. Yeah, because if they really love that, they will not want to be covering this man that has led to the demise of this wonderful woman of God. Anyway, my people, thank you so much, guys, for joining this live. I didn't even know that we see anybody in the live. I just wanted to come live. I didn't want to be recording and editing. Since nobody wants to come and chat with me, you guys don't want to come and chat with me, I'm just going to end this broadcast. Thank you so much. Please like this video, please. I forgot to say that. Please like the video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.